Hi, good evening. Welcome to our pre-Thanksgiving Day show. Tonight, our guest is nobody. We have Oscar on the phone, so if you have any questions, call us at 312-738-1060. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about some politics. From what I understand, Todd Stroger back in a race, county board president. Why would ABATE be interested in who's running the county board? Well, a lot of good reasons. The county board, they decide what goes on in the county, obviously. As you know, the poker run bill that was passed in Springfield exempted Cook County out of it, which means that in all the other counties in the state of Illinois, they have poker run rules and regulations where it only costs you $25 to have a poker run, and there's really no big time regulations. Cook County exempted themselves out of it, so we don't know why, but our state legislative coordinator at the time, Bob Myers, decided that that would be best for everybody because the guy that lives down in Springfield knows what's best for us guys up here in the state of Illinois, city of Chicago, suburbs, surrounding areas, and Cook County. So, the president of the county board, Tony Preckwinkle, she's not reproachable, approachable. So if we wanted to call her, I'm sure we could. I've talked to one of her legislative guys, and he honestly didn't know nothing about it. So if you want to know more about what we do, call Oscar. He keeps putting his picture up here so we know to call him. So I know Todd is approachable. We've talked to him in the past, and we've even talked to the honorable, more than honorable, John Stroger. John Stroger was an easy guy to talk to because if he told you no, it was no. If he told you maybe, that was almost no. But if he said yes, he was behind you 100%, and you could work with him. He was a great guy. Oscar wants to know if we can call him. He's waiting. Okay. So, tonight we're taking calls, we're taking texts. If you're going to send a text, make it clean. We can read it for you. Last week we had Ron Rhodes on the show. He's now working at Johnny Legends. Is that what I understand? Way out on North Avenue. So, go see him there. Call him. We put his number up on our some of our websites. So, he's still taking in work. Get a hold of him. He does great work. I've known Ron for more than 30 years. We go way back. Like he said last week, he went to school with my wife, and he even remembered her name, which sometimes I don't remember her name. Tonight, I saw a few bikes out while we were on our way here, so just let me talk again about how slippery the streets are, especially with the leaves. Leaves, very slippery. It may look dry, but underneath the leaves, they hold moisture, and you can't slip on it. The news, when I woke up this morning, I think it was, or maybe it was yesterday, they were showing there's black ice out already. So you got to watch out for black ice. You won't see it coming, but you'll feel it when you slip on it. And that's not a joke. Now, everybody that I know is getting ready for one special day that's going to happen in about a week on December 3rd. That's a Toys for Tots 40th anniversary. This is their 40th year. Stay off Western Avenue if you're in a car. Get on Western Avenue if you got a bike. Santa Claus is going to be there. Governor's always there. He supports Toys for Tots and the ride. So, how do you gear up for Toys for Tots? Well, let's see. One year, it was below zero. We lost 2 police officers on the tracks, not dead. They went down on the tracks at Grand Avenue and 75th. Let's see, junior accident with no hairs kid 1 year. It was not too bad. It wasn't really cold that year. 1 year, it was 60-something degrees. We were in t-shirts and light jackets, jean jackets actually. So you never know what the day's going to bring. I don't trust any of the forecast. You know, we watch the weather now. For the last 2 weeks, we've been watching to see what it's going to be for Toys for Tots. Just be ready. take an extra pair of gloves with you, an extra hat with you, and if you don't use it, you can always borrow it to somebody. There's a lot of that goes on, but some of the guys that I've borrowed stuff to, I don't want back. You know, Oscar knows why. Again, tonight we're at 312-738-1060. Call us and ask questions. I can answer them. If I can't answer them, I'll make up an answer. The other thing we got coming up, it's in February, but we're talking about it now because we're going to have tickets and everything available, is our chili party. Our chili party is going to be on a Sunday this year at the Moose Lodge as usual. Let's see. Mike Jetner, Toys for Tot, Ride for Life. Mike, why don't you call in? We know you got a party coming up. Don't you have a charity party coming up, Mike? Phone number's right on the screen, Michael. 312-738-1060. I just seen it on Facebook. Get off your butt and call us. We got the chili party coming up. This year it's going to, actually it's next year, February. That's going to be on February 11th at the River Park Moose Lodge in River Grove. The party's going to start at noon. Last pot of chili in by 2. We'll do the judging, do the raffles and everything, and we're out of there at 6 o'clock. So 12 to 6, don't miss it. They've got a lot of big screen TVs there, so if you're a big football fan and they're playing football or whatever they're playing, it's going to be on for you. It's going to be a good time as usual. Lots of fun and games. And our jalapeno eating contest. So if you've never seen that before, that you're going to want to see. Bring your video cameras because some guys just can't hold their jalapenos. We have our next meeting is December 20th. So if you come out December 20th, we're going to have a little potluck Christmas party. Bring something to share with everybody or just show up and eat. You do not have to be a member to show up to any of our meetings. I can't stress that enough. If you want to come and just see what we do, how we do it, why we do it, and for who we do it, stop in. You'll find out. That's it. So have a good night. We're done. No? Oh, we're not done yet. Okay. So what else do we have? Our elections are coming up in December. On the 20th, we'll have our elections. So far, nobody's running against anybody. So we're probably not even going to have print ballots. We'll just take a vote and everybody stay where they're at or move to where they're moving to. They got me for another year so far, unless you want to come in and be the president. I won't mind. Oscar says he wants to be the president. Oscar for president! Oscar for president!
No.
What? Did you say no? Okay. So, Vice President, Scrappy Doo, a.k.a. Wolf. Secretary, our longtime secretary, Miss Olga Jones. Treasurer, Jimbo. I got to go down the list and figure out who everybody is. Dan Harper is going to be our PR person so far. Kevin, legislative. Debbie, newsletter, chapter newsletter, or state newsletter. I think she's going to do both. Love you, Deb. Don't worry. We need you. You're a valuable piece to our puzzle. John and Rick, alternate state board rep and state board rep. We have a new person entering the enchanted realm. Thomas Closer, Cavello. You might know him as Magoo's brother. I mean, really. He don't have a name, it's just Magoo's brother. What else do we got? Jetner. City Heat at Moretti's on Wednesday, December 6th, 8 p.m. until whenever. But, call us, talk to us, tell us about this charity event that you're doing. People want to know, Mike. Inquiring minds want to know. Leon from Darkside, Widow's Son, says, thank all of you for coming out to our 10th anniversary Darkside party. Leon, the number's right there, 312-738-1060. You could have called, brother. You could have called, but no. Sit there, be one of those computer warriors, Facebook text warriors. So, what were we talking about here? Parties. We got a lot of parties coming up. A lot of charity things coming up. Toys for Tots has been having their Northside meetings at the Moose, and last week they were out tagging. They were out knocking on doors for all the businesses, handing out flyers, letting them know that come that first Sunday in December, their stores are going to be mobbed. Be ready for the masses. And Sam Johnson, I find out, found a good restaurant down that way, where the girls are serving you breakfast in miniskirts. It's a yuppie bar, so yuppie bar with miniskirt waitresses. So we're going to that, obviously, not for the miniskirt, but for the food. Right, Oscar? Oscar says yes. Yes, we're going there for the food. So we got that going on. Also, another thing to watch out for come that morning is all the motorcycles that are going to be out. If you're in your car or if you know people that are going to be driving that day, put it on Facebook, fastest way to get anything around. Put it on all your social media sites that, please, not only on Western Avenue are there going to be motorcycles, but on Karlov there's going to be motorcycles coming down the street. Coming down Albany, they're going to be coming from all parts of the city of Chicago and all the outlying suburbs to get to that parade. They want to ride in that parade. Watch for motorcycles that day especially, because we don't want to see anybody hurt. In all the years that we've done Toys for Tots, I believe there's only been one fatality, and he was I believe it was a Will County sheriff. And I can't remember his name and the crew that he rode with, but it'll come to me because I went and did his funeral detail when I was working at another job. So please watch for motorcycles and pass it around. You know, especially if you have elderly people that you talk to, let them know, because they get impatient real quick. They want to go through, because the jewel on the other side of the road, they have to get to that jewel. No matter what, they have to get to that store. They have to get to the liquor store. They have to get and buy their newspaper. They don't give a damn about the motorcycle parade that's happening. It happens every year. They changed it to Sundays a long time ago just because it's less traffic. Watch your motorcycles. So, okay, now we got that message out. I don't see it going up on Facebook yet, but get it up there. Anyways, more parties that are going on, give us a call. We'll have them up on the website. I believe Kevin's been updating the website. Let's take a look at this website. Let's see. So, Kevin has updated it. Take a look. He's got the About Us there. Our safety and education program tells you everything that we do. If you want to get more involved in safety and education, you got to see this woman right here. Where is she? Got to see Diane. What Diane does is, Diane goes to the schools, takes over the classroom for the day, and 200, 300, 400 students get a little learnification on how to ride safely on the streets with motorcycles. I've done a lot of classes. I don't know if Oscar has. You been to any of them? You got to hit one. It's fun. And let me tell you something. One time with the guy who put a fire under the asses of our safety and ed program. He's no longer with us, Road Dog. We miss you, Road Dog. But your bike is still running. Big Pete's got it. And you would not believe it. It don't even leak oil anymore. So while he was in the hospital having surgery, he calls me up and he asked me for a laptop. And we didn't have nobody to do safety and ed, and he just wanted to do something with ABATE. So I said, okay, you're the safety and ed guy. Let's see what you can do. Calls me up. I brought him a laptop. The next thing I know, he's calling me because he's going to all these schools and he's doing safety and ed. So I went with him to Foreman High School. The classrooms we had, there were 70 kids to a classroom, and the rooms were small. It was hot as hell, and what we did was we brought gear. We brought long leather jackets, helmets, boots, chaps and everything else, and some of the kids want to try them on, so they're trying them on. We're having a good time, and we're talking to them about ABATE and about motorcycle safety. We're showing them a video, so it was all cool. I think we did a few hundred kids that day. So about a week later, I'm driving up Austin Avenue. If you know where Austin and North Avenue is, there's a place called Cones or Cons, however you pronounce it, that's been going out of business for about 40 years or 45 years. It's always going out of business. And there was a kid standing on the corner, and he was passing out flyers, and he came up to the car, he went to give me a flyer, and I told him, I don't want a flyer. He goes, but I know you. You're the guy that was teaching the class at Foreman High School a couple weeks ago. I'm like, seriously? You remember that? He says, yeah, it was a good presentation, and, Road Dogg did a good job. He got some awards and everything, and he really kickstarted it, and Diane took it over, and let me tell you something. She's been kicking ass ever since she stepped into that job, even while she's running for clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County, which elections are coming up, Diane. You know what? She could be the county board president. Todd, what about it, Todd? Want to see Diane running against you? President Preckwinkle? We can get Diane to run against everybody. She pulls some good numbers, though. She really does. She goes, she hits all the events. She goes out looking for support, and one day you're going to be seeing Diane as one of your elected officials, and she will be taking care of business. So good luck with that. But our safety net program is really the pinnacle of what we do. Some chapters do 4,000 or 5,000 presentations a year, and that's a lot. That's teaching a lot of kids. And one of the ones that I did in Elmwood Park, I forgot that my son was there. I came in, I was doing the class, and all the kids coming through the hallway, they're high-fiving me and talking to me. I'm like, where the hell do I know all these kids from? And then here comes my son walking by. So, yeah, they remember that stuff. And I always ask, is it really that important to get to the mall that fast? Seriously? Let's see. I was going to call in, but you're on a roll. Call in, Leon! Damn it. Sit there and typing. So, yeah, they do remember, and they do learn. And we give out little keychains and stuff, little reminders. I always like to ask if any of their parents ride, any of their family members ride. And you'd be surprised how many of them want to ride. And most of the girls, they're the ones that actually want to ride the motorcycles. So, come on, girls, get on the bikes, but be careful. Black ice, slippery leaves. Like I said last week, dress for the ride and dress for the slide. So, I'm just looking to see if we've covered everything that we were going to cover tonight. And I think that we have. We have nothing coming up legislatively, according to our man in the street, Kevin, and Dan Harper, who I talked to tonight, and he says that there's nothing going on. Our grading session for the politicians, what we do is we send out a questionnaire to the state reps, state senators. They fill it out, they send it back to us. We sit in a room and we grade all the politicians on their answers. They can go from complete F, F plus even, to A plus. So Senator Mulrow, he's got a good grade from us. He's up in our area here. Don Harmon, not getting good grades. He's a good guy, but what are you going to do? You can find out about how we graded everybody. It's in our state paper when we publish it, and that'll be out before the election. So if you want to see that, come by, get a copy, or go to the website, and you can probably download a copy from there. So I think Oscar's trying to call me here. Okay, go ahead, put it through, Oscar. Now remember the signal when I go like this. Hang up on him, then you hang up. All right.
What else is this?
Go ahead, caller.
What's up, Ed? How are you, brother?
Who is that, Leon?
This is.
Leon, you getting ready for Toys for Tots?
I know it's going to be cold. I think it's going to be a cold evening, or a cold day, actually. Cold morning.
Really? You know
So
what? The morning's always cold, but we get some good weather though, brother.
I know so far, but here I'm hearing that we're limited on escort service.
As far as ours going down or the one coming up?
Going down, going down.
Really? Well, got to put some feelers out and start making some calls.
Right? So you haven't heard anything about that, or is that just a scenario that's just been talked and nobody knows about?
No, you know what? You got to talk to Santa Claus and see if he talked to any of the departments, because usually what happens is Santa Claus is number one guy, starts getting a bunch of guys together sort of last minute, and well, you've seen how big the escort can be, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's never been real small. I mean, if you got 4 cars, 2 in front, 2 in the back, you're fine, especially with the fire trucks and everything. You know,
Well,
Santa comes a long way.
well, absolutely. And so, but all through the suburbs, we've been escorted, and there was talk that it was kind of broke down because of certain situations, whatever the case may be. But I can reach out. I know we got to roll through Summit, and I know a guy. I know a couple guys.
I got a guy. Okay, did you hang up on Leon?
No, I'm here. I'm over here.
Oh, did you fall asleep, Leon?
No, I'm listening to you. I'm waiting, waiting on you, brother.
Okay, so Leon, let me ask you a question. Have you put your bike away for the winter? Have you winterized it? You've got more than one,
No.
don't you?
Yes, I do.
What have you done to it?
I haven't done much. I put some seafoam, a cap of seafoam in the gas tank. It's been on the charger, so it's going to be decorated probably this week. I could get a sticker. So I know I'm 2056 in Toys for Tots member, so I'm like the last guy to become a member this year. So
Your number is what?
2056.
Oh, you know what my number is?
What is it?
75.
Well, there you go,
I've
brother.
been there for a while. You know, in fact, the wife's number is in the 1600s because they lost all her stuff at one point. So I laugh at her all the time when I see that big number on her vest, you know, because
But I
when
gotta
they,
sign in. It's like, where am I signing in at? And then it's like, yeah, I'm flipping, and then Peggy's like, last page, asshole. I
oh,
was like, all right, thank you.
I don't think you can swear. But I know Peggy swore at you, so yeah, you know what, Leon, I've been with it a long time. Kevin's been there a long time. Kevin's actually riding this year. He's been working all the gates and all the traffic and everything. He's actually riding this year, and he wants to hook up with the Santa crew too. So I'm gonna probably have him hook up with you and the guys, because you know I go down and I split off. I got to be on the north end.
I understand. I mean, last year the wife and I and Big Pete and Big Pete's wife was with us, and Henry Ramazzi was the driver of the fire truck, and we were, Chris Limerablis, we were all dressed up as elves, and we did the fire truck thing last year because I was concerned about the weather with my wife, but I think she's in this year for getting on the back, so I'm hoping for a safe ride for everybody.
Well, we're all hoping for a safe ride. Usually, you know what? Not eventful. Everything's usually fine. You know, um, big breakfast in the morning, and
Yep.
hot dogs and Polish after.
Yep.
So,
So
Leon,
I'm looking forward to it. And,
Oscar wants me to hang up on you, so you know what? I got to cut you off, brother.
yeah, I'll send Oscar some tamales, and I just made some tamales for the first time from a Polish Italian guy. And they
Nah,
very awesome. So,
yeah, we'll wait on those. I got to wrap up the show, Leon. Thanks for calling in.
all right, brother. I'll talk to you.
From everybody here, and watering hole at 14th and Western. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to go there because now somebody's telling me I need to go there. City Heat at Moretti's on Wednesday, December 6th, 8 p.m. till whenever. Make sure you go. We got to wrap it up here, so we'll see you all next week. Have a nice Thanksgiving Day.